The Logan Power Show. Welcome, everybody.
The Logan Power Show. The Logan Power Show. The Logan Power Show.
He is phenomenal.
The Logan Power Show.
Here to empower you and
The
impact you.
Logan Power Show. The Logan.
Hey, everybody, welcome to the Logan Power Show. It's me, your host, Calvin Logan. Definitely. So, hey, we're having some fun here. My name is Calvin Logan, the Logan Power Show. We nationwide, worldwide. We love y'all. Hey everybody, welcome to the Logan Power Show. It's me, your host, Calvin Logan, live here at the Point in North Charleston, South Carolina. Well, I've been blessed enough again. He's back for the third time. This man's doing all kind of things. He is a artist, not just on the stage, on the mic. He's an artist with painting. He's a model, an entrepreneur. That's my man, Mr. Quadre Stuckey. How you doing, sir?
Always good, a pleasure. Pleasure to be back. Pleasure to be back. Yes, sir.
All right. So I know that we're going to get down to business. You have evolved. Life has changed since the last time we spoke. Now the music side is there, the modeling side, the book.
Right.
Now we have the painting.
Right.
So tell us more about how your life has changed and evolved on this table, man.
I mean, today, basically, my whole story and point was to come here, was to inspire, to lay down blueprints and formats to show no matter where you come from, what age, what background, what ethnic group you are, you can make it happen, regardless of what statistics say. So today, I wanted to bring stuff that's just well-rounded in every type of platform and dimension. So I'm bringing, music, I'm bringing artwork, painting, I'm bringing illustration with the books, and I'm bringing, community service work that I did for MUSC. And then I'm also introducing something new that I'm bringing to the game also. I got my own cologne coming out, Black and Sexy for Men. So we're going to talk about that too. But today, I just want to get real in it about the whole conversation interview. I want to talk about, just my life, just what I've been able to achieve and go through this whole year, just to inspire everybody else that's been watching and then just picking up on what I got going on.
Oh, definitely. Now, if you don't know Mr. Quadre Stuckey, he started as a artist, hip-hop artist, been doing it for some years, got over 1 million views on YouTube for his song. Then he was doing modeling on top of that. Then he got blessed again, become a painter, an artist. And then from there, book writer. So this man has evolved, and he's been on the Logan Power Show now his third time, and this all happened in 2015. So from the first time he came on the show, that's around February or March of this year.
This year, February, March.
And he had just hit his millionth song around that March, April time frame. And then next thing you know, and I said, man, what you got doing next? He said, well, man, I God has taken me to another level. I want to, the modeling, I understand the side of music, but now I want to focus on the arts, making paintings. And so he's downtown in Charleston on the Battery. People are buying his paintings left and right. He's always posting something new, or someone's bought something. You had the governor come in and stop into the building and check you out.
Definitely. That was a blessing. That was just kind of out of nowhere. She knew who I was, and that kind of threw me off. Like, she knew me by my first name. So I just see that as a blessing. But that day, overall in general, was a blessing because I saw my pops for the first time in 23 years, like my whole life. So the governor, that was kind of something small. Me seeing my dad for the first time, that was real big to me because that's where I came from. You know what I'm saying? That's me. That's my life. That's my heart. So just that happening, I just saw that as a sign, God blessing me all in one day. Because, like, I saw my pops. The governor came and saw me. She got some work from me. God sent me a nice young lady, too, that I'm talking to that same day that came to talk to me. And I sold some of my artwork. So I just see that as an overall blessing because if you see things for what it really is and you read between the lines, you'll understand, what's being thrown at you, what the devil's throwing at you, and what you're going through and how people really are. So that's just a blessing that God is sending to me just to have that vision and see things. So, yeah.
Okay. I told you this guy is no joke. What I like about him, When I first started the Logan Power Show, October of last year, I told him around February of this year, I only been in it for like 4 months. And he was like, man, I thought you've been in this for a long time. I said, no, I've been in it 4 months. My vision was plain. It was crystal clear. This is what I want to do. I want to impact people's lives. I want to bring the game changers into the ball game. I want to let people know. And he was like, well, hey, I'm doing my thing with music. Mr. David Freeman had mentioned to me about him. I said, okay, well, let's bring this guy to the ball game. So I gave him some wisdom in regards to, man, to brand yourself, make yourself to be like, it's a name. People got to charge you for your name. Not just trying all about the money, but it's about building an impact. And this young man here, he's like, we're young. We both young ourselves. He's just taking it to another level. And now you're going to Cologne.
Yeah, definitely.
We laughing now, man. So are we gonna have are you gonna be like the Quadre Productions where people gonna come to you and they were like, well, what you did next? Well, man, I got the music, I got the modeling, I got the paintings, I got Cologne,
graphic design. It's everything. Like, my overall purpose is to show, I got 2 little brothers. Well, actually, I got like 3 little brothers. Is to show that whatever talent you got, if you're multi-talented, you could be successful and build these platforms and make it happen. Because me coming up and growing up, you know what I'm saying, I didn't have my pops there, so I had to go out there and get it on my own. So I was looking up statistics before I came here. Statistics said that, only 33% of African-American men graduate high school, only 17%, go on to graduate college. And the funny thing about it was, like, once I graduated high school, I went to college. The teachers and the professors there, I was the only black student in every class I was in. So they wasn't too much trying to help me or cater to me because they was thinking I was going to fall off. So they already kind of set me up to lose for failure. And when I graduated and got my associates the first time, they was shocked. And the thing about it was, I wanted to go back and get my bachelor's. So when I went back to get my bachelor's, they were trying everything to stop me or to prevent me from succeeding. And then, like, don't get me wrong, all the other, Caucasian or the white kids, you know what I'm saying, they were giving them the good grades. They were setting up with them with the good jobs and stuff like that. But, I look at myself after I graduate. I told myself, let me give myself a year time to go out there and make everything happen. And it came true. So, like, for example, this is my old high school diploma from 2009 for the Chester High School, right? I look at that every single day and see that as inspiration, for like the young boys that's out there saying, you could graduate high school, I did it too. And then also, I graduated college twice, This is my associate's degree right here, man. You can show that to everybody in graphic design from the Art Institute of Charleston downtown here. So just being in school, you learn stuff, but it's not about what you learn, it's how you apply it to your life and what you're gonna do with it. So once I got that associate's, I know that I could go and get my bachelor's. So I went back, and that's my bachelor's degree right there.
Telling you.
And the funny thing about it was like every job I was going for, everybody was turning me down. And I was wondering why. It was because people was doubting, trying to throw salt on my name. So I said, I'm going to do what I know how to do best. That's grind, hustle, keep my faith in God, go out there and make it happen. So I said, let me give myself a year, 2015. If I don't make none of this stuff happen, I'm going to just, go in the military and just step off. So this whole year has been a blessing. I just made everything happen, grinded it out. I'm blessed. I'm here right now. This, my life, my testimony. You see, I have multiple talents, you know what I'm saying? I just bring everything to life. And it starts with you believing in yourself, keeping the faith in God, and never giving up on yourself, you know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, regardless whether you have one friend or nobody there at all, you're always going to have yourself, and you're always going to have God to bless you. So once you know thyself, you dig deep, and you find who you are, and you pull out those natural talents, you're going to be all right. You just got to believe that.
You got to believe it. I look at the Bible. The Bible talks about the person who had talents. One had 5, one had 2, one had 1. The one had 5 multiplied. The one had 2 had 1. The one that had 1 hid it. And the master said, well, if you hid it, I would have saved it. And took away the one that had 1 and gave it to the one that had multiple talents. I think that where we as the body of Christ can understand is that we're not defined by how people will see us. Let me tell you what Quadre is really saying. Some people define you by what your name is. And they'll say, okay, your name is Quadre. So first of all, Quadre can't go this far in life. But Quadre, what he did was, this: when you have God in your life, the ceiling is endless of blessings, endless of opportunities, endless of what he can do for you. And I'm really happy for you, man. I can't
Appreciate
wait.
it.
I can't wait to see it to 2016. So when the cologne, when does it come out?
The cologne is supposed to come out. I'm gonna launch it either on Christmas or the week after Christmas. So what it actually is I already have it set up. Back when I was 13, like my uncle, we got a spot in Citadel Mall and Northwoods Mall. It's Mystic Fragrances. It's the business card.
Okay.
My number and all the contact information on both. We got an actual storefront in Citadel Mall, and then we got a booth in Northwoods Mall. So what I'm gonna do is the new fragrance I got for men, is Black and Sexy that I got, but I brought in a little sample bottle for you to check out.
Okay, I'm gonna check out this one. This is, like I said, this is Black and Sexy. I know I'm a good-looking person, so I know I'm gonna have my sexy on, or I got my cologne in the house.
Definitely,
I got. Now, let me tell you right now. If you want to watch somebody who literally took faith to a whole other level, you just watch him. February of this year, no lie, 1 million+ views. This man's not even 26 years old. Then he decided to go off and do a book. He decided to do real painting, real artistry. He's in downtown Charleston right now, in the Battery. That's hard to do. That's all in 2015. And all he said was, I'm gonna do it, God. God blessed me with the talents. I'm gonna take it and I'm gonna run with it. So he took it and he's running with it. And I encourage anybody, don't ever let somebody define you by your name, the color of your skin. Well, my lineage does not deserve that. Well, that's not what God says. I think you have to be a blessing. Now, this is the cologne. This is 2015.
Right.
Okay, so now we talked about jumping this ceiling.
Right.
March of this year. We talked about all kind of stuff on the first Logan Power show.
Definitely.
And you fulfilled that already in 2015.
Yes, sir.
So what is God talking about 2016? Because, man, I'm looking at something now, and I'm saying this man becoming some other stuff that we ain't seen yet.
To be honest with you, I had a conversation with one of my best friends, Quentin Morris. I consider him my brother. So he was telling me, he was like, to be honest with you, man, you kind of basically did almost everything you could possibly do in the civilian world, like within a year time. Because we was talking, he was like, the only thing you actually haven't done was like politics and stuff like that, basically, or travel, seen the rest of the world, or had like a statue built. And funny, when we was talking about politics, like the week later, Governor Haley came to see me, we were talking. So it was just like, remember when I first met you, is you speak it into existence, you believe in yourself, you go make it happen. Because I feel like, I come to God, I talk to him all the time, but I go out there, I give it 100%, and I just ask him to give me that 1% to bless it and make it 101 just to take it to the next level. Because it's like this, I'll break it down. Remember when we first met back in March, right? Remember we was in the other building, and we started, right? You was at that front door, like right when you walk in, we did an interview at that small table, and then I watched you grow over time. We went to that main stage over there in Scott's Grand Cafe, and now we over here in this big arena. So I watched you grow in a year's time, so I'm proud of you. So that's really what it's all about. So when I see other people that's successful doing something good, I give them their props too, because there's enough success out there for everybody to get. There's enough motivation, enough money. It's all about giving back, because when I die, I can't take it with me. So me, myself, personally, just from everything this whole year, social media, there, all the business, all that stuff, it don't matter. The biggest thing to me is I'm inspiring people, like the kids I went to school with, people I don't know that speak different languages, sending me messages. I'm hitting the translate button. They say, I don't know you, but some of the quotes that you've been posting and stuff been inspiring me. Some of the work and stuff I seen you do been inspiring me, changing my mind and believe again. So I'm like, that's the bigger purpose for me, because at the end of the day, all I really care about and want, as long as my little brothers is fine, happy, taken care of, as long as my mom's fine and my family's fine, all this other stuff, it don't matter. Because I was listening to like Mike Tyson one day. He said, I got all these world title championship belts. He's like, really? They don't mean nothing no more to me at the end of the day. All I care about is my kids being happy. They lose value over time. You know what I'm saying? Because like, what's the point of having an NBA championship ring if it doesn't mean nothing to the person that won that ring? You know what I'm saying? It doesn't have no value.
You're right on that. You got to have value. You got to perceive what God has given to you. I want everyone who's watching to keep watching. I'm putting something out there. He ain't thought about it yet, but I'm going to put something out there that's going to make him work a little hard in 2016. I'm thinking about the Quadre clothing line, the watches, because he likes wearing a nice watch all the time. He always wears a suit. That's just how we are. I'm shirt and tie half the time. excuse me, 90% of the time I'm shirt and tie, even in my regular days.
Right.
But I truly believe he's gonna have a clothing line one day, and I'm saying it right now, cause he's gonna make me work harder. I'm gonna work harder. The next thing you know, we're gonna have a runway. We're gonna talk about it,
Definitely.
and then we're gonna talk about some new things. The watch, where people gonna say, man, I want a QS watch. That'll be some new stuff now. I want the QS tie. Next thing you know, he's talking about, man, Cal, I went to the shoes now. I got my QS shoes on. See, for me, I like to give people vision because I want greatness to keep going. And if you stay stuck and say this is as far as I can go, then no sense of purpose. Purpose in life has to be constantly knowing that faith, it's a grain of a mustard. You can tell this mountain to move, and it shall move. So I truly believe, man, mark my words, something's gonna kick in a minute.
Definitely.
And I truly believe that the clothing, the watch, is something you're gonna talk about in a minute. Because the cologne stuff, you're trying to get the whole person together.
Right.
So I'm waiting.
Definitely. You know, I also want to say too, don't let nobody tell you can't do anything. Try to place a time frame, a limit on your abilities, because it's like, you know, some people will say, oh, well, to be a professional painter or artist, that took 10, 15 years. You don't know what God has planned for you, what the time frame is. If you look at my life within a year time frame, I did all this within a year time frame. I did $1 million in a month and a half. You know, it'll take majority of people maybe 2 or 3 lifetimes to do stuff like that. So I'm like, don't ever place no limit. You know how people always say sky's the limit? I don't believe that, because how can sky be the limit if man has touched down on Mars? You know, we know about all the other planets and the galaxies out there. So sky is not the limit. Sky is just the clouds and then just the color of the sky that you see. Once you get past that, you in outer space, you in a different atmosphere. So sky is not the limit. The only limit is what you set in your mind, telling you that you can't do. So, you know, I'm like, be humble about it, but be real with yourself. Because at the end of the day, I'd rather have 4 quarters than 100 pennies. So I'd rather have 4 real, true friends than 100 fake ones.
Hey, you teaching right there. I told you, this guy right here, he is the entrepreneur, game changer, and I thank you again, man, for coming on the show.
I appreciate it.
And we're waiting to see what's going to happen. 2016?
Yes, sir.
2016, mark my words. One of the greatest entrepreneurs right now in the city of Charleston, the Low Country, you're looking at him. It's Quadre Stuckey. Ladies and gentlemen, information is on the screen. Go down to the Battery, buy some of his paintings, listen to the music, get involved. I'm telling you, this guy right here, if you give him a call and you bring him into the door, just pick his brain. Remember, he's not 30. He's not 40. He's in your 20s. Get it done now. Young people, understand God will do it for you. No age on it. That's all the time I got. My name is Calvin Logan with the Logan Power Show. Nationwide, worldwide. We love y'all. We appreciate you. And we'll see you on next week.
Yes, sir.